Cathar Love 42. Pain in is pain out. A friend of mine, a dear friend of mine, rang me the other day, and she'd just come from the doctor, and she had a number of problems, but they were becoming very serious, to the stage where the doctor says, I don't think we can really treat you for this. You'll have to go on possibly a raw food diet or something, because you're in a not a particularly good situation at all. And she said to me, I remember some years ago you organised some Chinese herbs for me, Chinese herbalist, or retired Chinese herbalist. And she said, I felt so good. And in actual fact, I had this formula of raw Chinese herbs, and I put that in a alcohol in a port, a tonic, in a bottle of port. And so what happens, the alcohol in the port dissolves the medicinal oils and the herbs, and then you can take that as of an evening, half an hour before you go to bed. And because these were primarily to treat her liver, the alcohol, of course, bypasses you. If you drink alcohol, it bypasses your stomach, goes straight to your liver if you've got on an empty stomach. So, from the Chinese point of view, they're using the alcohol to transport those medicinal herbs to your liver, seeing it's a liver formula. Anyway, the thing was, she felt so well. Now, I have to tell you a story. I had he was an ex-competitor, because I was a jeweler before I was a Chinese herbalist. And this gentleman, George, and he did me a favour. So, in return, I gave him the same type of thing. These were liver herbs, somewhat different formula to my friend, but liver herbs, and I put them in a bottle of port for him, and just gave it to him as a present. Anyway, this particular morning, he came rushing downstairs to where I had a health food shop, and at the back of the health food shop, I had a clinic. And he saw my wife then, and he said, "Is John in? John in?" She said, "Yes, she's at the back in the clinic. Oh, look, I've got to go and see him." So he came in, and he said, "You won't believe it, what happened last night?" I said, "Well, tell me." He said, "I had this ding-dong argument with my wife." He said, "I was so angry. He said, I was determined to go and get drunk. But he said, I had no alcohol in the house. I had no whiskey, no brandy, no beer, no wine." He said, "Nothing. It was just this lone bottle of port with all your Chinese herbs in it." Now, he said, if I drink a small glass of port, I get a small headache. If I drink a bigger glass, I get a violent headache. But he said, I was so determined to get drunk this night. He said, I drank that whole bottle of port, the whole lot. But he said, I feel fantastic this morning. No headache, I feel fantastic. So it's quite effective, certainly from his point of view. Now, I said to my friend, look, I know, because I know her quite well, that you have pain inside. We all, at different times, have been hurt. We've hurt others. We carry this pain, anger, resentment, jealousy. We're carrying it within. And I said to her, look, really, doesn't matter if it's Western medicine or Eastern medicine, what pill or what potion I give you or someone else gives you, you can never be truly disease-free, disorder-free, while you carry this pain within you. Because if you have pain within, one way or another, sooner or later, it will out. Inner pain, emotional pain, anger, resentment, hurt must manifest itself at some point in your life as a physical disorder. Now, of course, there's people who work in asbestos mines and so forth who have asbestos things in their lungs, and there's people who've been involved with nuclear radiation. So we're not taking this to the illogical and ridiculous degree. But basically, pain in means pain out. As above, so below, as goes the Hermetic statement. Now, who hasn't been hurt? By our parents, by our family, relations, school teachers, growing up, love affairs that went bad, our fault or their fault. We've all been hurt, and some of us have been hurt really badly. This pain are like rocks that we carry around with us day in, day out. They don't go away. And they're so painful sometimes we cannot even afford to think about it, because the pain, just the very thought, bringing up that situation, the pain is so intense, we can't, some of us just can't stand it. Now, I know, because she's told me of some of her past situations, and I said, you have to get this out of your system. You know, this is, if you do that, you'll be doing yourself a big favour. Now, I'm not saying that you still don't take pills and potions to help you recover, but I don't see anybody recovering while this hurt and pain and anger is inside them. Now, we go to school, high school, university, but who teaches us? Even the teachers had pain, and he's probably, or he or she is probably still carrying it around with them. Most of us go to the grave and carry those rocks of pain. We take it to the grave. How do we get rid of it? It's like saying to somebody, stop worrying. How do we get rid of it? There are processes. The major, no matter what process we do use, the basis of most processes is forgiveness. Now, the person who may have inflicted that physical or emotional pain, who may have scarred you emotionally, may be dead, may be long since dead, gone. It doesn't matter. We still need to, if we wish to get rid of that pain, go over that situation and get it out of our system. And we get it out of our system through forgiveness. Now, this has nothing to do with Catharism, Gnosticism, religion, whatever. This is simply a system whereby we can make ourselves whole once again. This is what I'm talking about. We all need peace of mind and tranquility of soul. But a Cathar saying was, my friend was asked by this Cathar Perfecti, what are the two greatest goods? And my friend said, compassion, tolerance, respect, love. And the Cathar Perfecti said, no, the two greatest goods, this is for everybody, is gratitude for existence, this lifetime, also previous lifetimes, which I happen to believe in, you may not. Because everything that has ever happened, that lifetime, this lifetime, was necessary, no matter what it is, good or bad, to bring us to this very spot that we are right at this very moment. Me talking to you. That was necessary. Now, the two greatest goods are gratitude for existence And the second one is the absolute acceptance of necessity. Now, what does that mean? What it means is that you accept everything nasty, hurtful, painful that has happened to you, and possibly that you may have done it to someone else. Total acceptance of necessity that necessity was there to get you from that point to this point, to where you are now. Total acceptance of it means that you can think about that particular incident, that particular episode in your life, and it doesn't bother you. It doesn't worry you in one way or another. This means you have totally accepted it, and it's no more a bother. It's no more a rock that you are carrying around with you day after day, night after night, and eventually is going to harm you one way or another. Now, I believe I have peace of mind, tranquility of soul. But to do it, I was determined that I didn't want to carry any crud, any crap, any rubbish, any hurt, any pain around with me any longer. So I literally, it's my own little experiment, I literally sat down with a book and I wrote down everybody that had ever hurt me, or that I'd actually hurt that other person. And I forgave myself and I forgave that person. I thought about that incident and I said, I want you out of my life. I want you out. And even though in many cases the person would have already been dead, and some I don't know what actually happened, but I wanted that incident, that episode, out of me, and I forgave them. Now, it's not to let those people off the hook. This is to get it out of my system. I no longer wanted to carry these rocks and so forth around with me. So I went over this. I think the process may have even taken longer than a month, because I think, oh, that's it now. I can't think of anybody else that I've hurt or that have hurt me, created physical or emotional pain, trauma. Then there'd be another little incident. There was this, I was walking up the street in my hometown, Tully, and this guy, Tom, and Tom was from one of the wealthier families, well-educated young guy, and I'd just come back actually from the Korean War. And we walked past each other and I just said, hello Tom, and he didn't answer me. Oh. So I turned around, I grabbed him by the shoulder, spun him round, I said hello to you. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, hello John, and so forth. But I thought, now that's not a major incident, it's no really big deal, but I didn't want even that sitting and me carrying that around. So I forgave myself for being that nasty piece of work and that minor incident. So no matter what it was, whatever I could think of, I got rid of it. I forgave him for not saying hello to me, big deal. But more importantly, I forgave myself for giving him a hard time. Okay, that was a fairly minor incident, by the way. So, is there a process? The basis of any process is forgiveness. But a process that I'm aware of is this. It's 4 stages. It's simply, you're sorry, whatever it is that happened to you or to them, you're sorry. You think about it, it was a sorry business, and you're sorry it ever happened. So I suppose, really, that's going over the situation without analysing it. You're just going over it as if you're looking at a video of it. Second thing is, you forgive. You forgive the person or yourself or whoever you need to forgive for that particular situation, that episode, that incident. You go over that. The third thing is love. Now, you love that person. Now, it doesn't mean to say you're going to go up and wrap around your arms around that person who may have hurt you in a really nasty way. But love in this situation means look, everybody has a capacity. I don't believe there's good in the world, and I don't believe there's evil in the world unless somebody creates something that's good or something creates something that's bad or evil. If we're next to a stream and a beautiful, or down the beach, this is just nature, there's nothing there. If you do something nasty, you'll create evil. If you do something good, you'll create goodness. But it's not there unless one of us or someone creates it. So, loving that person is knowing or accepting that person as a human being, loving their humanness, their capacity to be a good person or to be a nasty person. In this case, they may be nasty. So there's love, respect, tolerance and understanding caught up in this. The final part of the process is that you give gratitude or thanks to your deity, if you like, to your divinity. You don't give it to the universe. It doesn't really matter. The point is that you're grateful for the chance to go over this situation and get it out of your system. We pay, we give time to our boss at work, we give time to our teacher at school, we give time to our family, we give time to our children. The one person who we should give more time to and we don't is ourselves. Which means if you do that, this is giving yourself quality time, but it's also, this is the way to remove a rock if there's a situation and you find that it's just too nasty, too terrible, too hurtful to you to forgive that person. That's okay. That's okay. You can't do it, or you can't do it at the present. Forgive yourself. Don't beat yourself, ever. But we need to love. But who we need to love more than anybody else is ourselves. Just for being ourselves and who we are and what we are. Love starts here. And by the way, you can give as much love as you like. It's not like a bank. It's not you can take withdrawal and your account's going to go down. The more love you can give, including to yourself, the greater it will grow. Don't worry. By giving love, it'll never diminish. So this is a process. This is a process. No, it's not the only process. There's other processes. But this is a good process. It's an effective process. Most people have no idea the power of thought and our imagination when we do those things. People have survived cancer. Look, there's countless people who have survived. Some have used it with medicine, modern medicine, and some have done it without. Some have done it in conjunction with medicine, and so forth. But there seems to be one common denominator, and that is, in each case, the person has made some change to their lifestyle. They've changed their diet to start with, or they've changed their attitude, not taking things so seriously. They meditate, or they're doing this and getting rid of, and forgiveness and getting rid of that. But it means, but in each situation, what we are doing is we are taking some control, or taking total control if you like, because ultimately the person responsible, who is responsible for you, is you. Ultimately, when it's all said and done, the person who is responsible for my happiness is me. I'm responsible for my happiness, my peace of mind, my tranquility of soul. What I've done here, hopefully, is to give you a process, if you wish to use it, whereby you too can remove some of these rocks that we carry day by day, and ultimately, if we don't get rid of them, they're going to come up and bite us. If we choose to treat a scorpion as a rose, don't be surprised one day if that rose jumps up and bites you. On that note, bye for now.